Here's a brief March edition of Crime at Christmas Time because the final episode of the season takes place during Christmas time. So the Christmas lights are out. Ellison's like, don't you have to see the family that none of us want to see? To Karen, it is a full Christmas edition. So here's a special March edition of Crime at Christmas Time. So anyway, Sox, what's your thoughts on that final episode and final fight of Daredevil season 2?
That roof fight with all the Hydra coming after him, and Daredevil was basically telling Electra, let's go away together. Let's leave. We survived this. Let's just disappear." I can understand him saying that, but deep down inside, he doesn't want to leave New York. Matt's New York through and through. He doesn't want to do that. But they go on that roof and they get ready to fight all those hand members, including Nobu. And man, is that a fight! That is a brutal, bloody ass fight through and through. Thank God for Punisher, because Punisher did help him. Punisher did kill a couple of those guys, and I
The only
appreciate
time where
that.
those two stories
See you
intersect.
around, Red. And watching Electra die. Well, yeah. But watching Electra die in Matt's arms like that, and then throwing Nobu off the roof. I actually enjoyed that fight. Not as much as I enjoyed the final fight scene in season 3 with Daredevil and Fisk, but we'll say that for next time. But that was a good fight scene with all of them together. I really enjoyed it. And I love what Stick did by taking, not this time. That was cool.
Stick was so done with that bullshit. But yeah, I mean, aside from some of the courtroom stuff, you don't really see these two stories interact until this happens, where Punisher actually helps Daredevil out. And I feel like they did that because they were like, okay, the story's a little jumbled. Let's try to bring it together a little bit. But I did like that. That was really cool to see and seeing Karen use some of her intelligence in this, trying to like with the monitor with Turk, like saying, hey, activate your monitor so they know you broke parole. Now, granted, she kind of got some cops killed doing that because when the cops came over, they got killed. But greater good wise, there are a lot of hostages, so it was such a really cool fight. And then like after Elektra dies, because first it's Daredevil and Elektra, and then Elektra kills herself to save New York, and then Punisher steps in. It's like because what I like about it, even though Punisher and Daredevil don't see eye to eye on everything, I think there's a respect they have for each other at the end. It's like kind of like I feel like it's a similar relationship to Charles Xavier and Magneto. Like we don't agree on everything, but there's that respect they have for each other. Now it doesn't start out that way, but towards the end, I feel like there is that respect. And then that end when Matt finally tells Karen that he's Daredevil was
Yeah.
so satisfying to see.
Yeah. It, but seeing Punisher in that with that skull on his chest and helping Matt, that was his way of paying it back to Matt for what Matt did for him. And like when like about a roof episode, the more debate episodes earlier, where he says, "Why didn't you take off my mask? I don't care who you are."
It was a great character trait with Punisher. Is that Punisher knows what's important and what's not important and what he needs to focus on, and he knew that he needed to focus on this on his mission. And yeah, it was a great episode overall, and I did like the final episode, the final fight. I did kind of like that they did put it during Christmas time. It shows how much time passed in the season. Like it starts out, it's summer, they're hot, but I think it essentially took place during like the fall semester. Not that they're in school, but I think that's when it took place.
Right.
It's hot, and then slowly, and then it's Christmas time at the end. So I thought that was interesting, but I mean, it doesn't really add that much other than just signifying time. But yeah, overall, I think the final episode was great. The final fight was great. Again, seeing Punisher and Daredevil finally teaming up, finally working together, and Punisher burning down his house and sees that little disc from Micro setting up Punisher season 1. So overall, great episode. So, anything else you want to say about the final episode?
No, that's about it.
Okay.